G'day, Starlo here. It's a little while since I've been out on the water on my local estuary. And to be honest with you, the weather hasn't been all that conducive, but today looks like being a beautiful day. It's about 6 degrees at the moment, although with the light westerly that's blowing, it feels colder than that. The water temperature is 11.9 according to my sounder, so we're still very much in the depths of winter. But I've decided to come out and throw a few squidgies around, which is why I put the squidgy hat on today. I've got one of the prawns on, and I've got it on one of the new Arc Genesis jig heads. I made a whole episode about the launch of these. I've found it hard to get excited about jig heads for quite a few years now, since squidgies stopped making their own jig heads, but I tell you what, these Arc Genesis heads, they're as good as I've ever seen. Two different styles, the little round head Atlas stones, and the one I've got on here, which is the Tournament Pro series. It's got a really tough hook, and I'm going to be fishing around some snaggy country this morning, so I figured I might need that. Going to look for some bream, maybe some silver trevally, and then I'll move out and try for some flathead, but who knows what might turn up. Maybe nothing, because it has been pretty quiet lately, but I just needed to get out for a fish. So I'll whack some S factor on this little prawn and we'll get into it. What a gorgeous morning, if rather cold, but it's going to be a lovely day later on. As you can see, the sun's up now and there's a little bit of warmth starting to come through. I'm going to try and pick snags that have still got a bit of shade on them though, and aren't getting that direct sunlight. So I'll fish this one here because it's going to get hit by the sun pretty soon, and then I might switch over to the other side of the river. All right, let's see if anyone's home in these cold conditions. I'm on my beloved BFS gear. I am just enjoying using this super light baitcaster gear so much. I'm fishing a fairly steep bank with some nice snags where trees have fallen in. It's important to get my lure as close as possible to the structure. Fish are likely to be tucked right up underneath the vegetation. There'll be less life out in the open water. That's not really close enough, but I'd rather work my way in and get a feel for the right length, rather than throwing my first cast into the foliage. I'm in no hurry. Life moves pretty slowly at this time of year. If my first few casts don't hit the mark, I can slowly lengthen them until they do. I work the plastic slowly too, with plenty of lifts, drops and pauses. It really pays to slow everything down. That's more like it. I'm hitting my length now, but so far, no action. Mind you, I was prepared for that. Like I said, things have been pretty tough locally of late. Of course, getting your lure really tight to cover has its drawbacks. You will get snagged fairly regularly. First snag of the day, and it won't be the last one, I'm sure. I'll just motor in quietly on the electric and unsnag my lure. Poking it off with the rod tip often works, although I'm not sure that tip breakages doing this are covered by the manufacturer's warranty. While I'm in here, I'll hit that little point. Doesn't seem to be anyone there. I'll go and try another snag. A very short move and I'm back into it, working another likely stretch of bank as both the sun and the mercury continue to rise. But so far, all I'm getting is casting practice, which never goes astray. It's a cliche, but it's actually a pleasure just being here, although I wouldn't say no to a fish. Something splashed out there, maybe a mullet. I'll just keep pegging that lure in there and hoping. That didn't sound like a mullet. Worth a speculative cast out wide, I reckon. And a quicker retrieve higher in the water column. Oh, big Australian salmon, 3 or 4 of them chase that up. Oh, watch this. Wow, that scared me. Oh, got him right by the boat. I've been watching these splashes out here and thinking they don't look like mullet. They're not mullet. There's a school of big Australian salmon sitting here. Oh, wow. Woohoo! It wasn't what I came out to catch, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, and what a lot of fun on the BFS gear. I just put a cast out there on spec. Gee, they're pretty solid salmon. I've only got about 50 or 60 metres of line on this reel, so I'm glad he didn't hit me at the extremity of my cast. Ah, what a lovely fish. See if the hook stays in. They're pretty good at throwing them. Oh. I love that click drag. How good is that? I'm glad I backed the drag off slightly from my snag drag that I had in there, because it might have been a bit much for one of these. You don't really need it out in open water. Oh, it scared me when that first pod of 3 or 4 followed it right to the boat. I wasn't expecting that. I thought there might be a tailer out there or something. The splashes didn't look like mullet. Solid fish. Whoa! Still jumping. Still jumping. Jump in the net. No, 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 no. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job here. There's more out there, I think. Oh, I'm going to have to get a couple more cranks. It's a little bit hard when you're on your own. Right. Well, that was a bit of fun on the BFS gear. Look at the girth of this fish. I can barely get my hand around it. And there he is. Look at that. What a lovely fish. And that Arc Genesis jig head did the job. Those hooks are so sharp. I think I might hang on to that. Haven't had a feed of fish for a few days. So I'll fillet that up and cut all the bloodline out. Alright, I'll get the hook out. Pop this guy in the live well. And bleed him in a minute. There we go. Well, that was certainly a bit of fun. Let's see if we can find another one. They should show up pretty well on that mirror calm water, but I'm not seeing a lot of activity right at the moment. School might have moved on. You can see how little line I've got on this reel. They definitely cast better like that, but it's a bit scary. Alright, well, I'll keep an eye out for those salmon, but I'll keep working the snags in here. Tighten the drag back up again. Ah, they've moved down that way. Oh, we better go and have a look. You can probably see the disturbance down here on the surface. It's quite deep out here, nearly 4 metres, and it's probably 5 or 6 where the fish are. Probably pick them up on the sounder when I get down there. The tide's running out now. It's starting to get a little bit quicker, so it's going to push me down towards where those fish are. I'll just do some prospecting. Oh yeah. You would have seen that, I'm sure. There, yeah, there we go. They're probably still just out of range, but I'll give it a shot. After letting the lure sink for a few seconds, a quick retrieve seems to work best. Oh, and up there, they're all around. Oh, I had a follow. Should have been concentrating. Let it get down a little bit, and then just a fairly brisk retrieve. Occasional pause, let it drop back down. Nothing that time. They're a little bit scattered. Oh, they're chasing bait, chasing garfish. That's interesting. We'll go around and have a look at that. Oh, I can see them here. Right here. Oh, there's a single garfish here getting chased. He's in serious trouble. Here he comes. Look at him go. It's good to see the garis in the river in the middle of winter. They're usually more of a summer thing. Oh, I'm getting a follow. I'm getting a follow. Big bow wave after the lure. He just didn't find it quite convincing enough. being a bit tricky. I'll try one down this way. Out behind me. Oh, here they are, after my lure. Come on, eat it, eat it. Stopping didn't work. They peeled off. Ooh. They're not a pushover. I wonder how a popper would go. Yes! There we go. That one was at fairly long range. I'll try and get some line back on the reel while I can, so I don't get spooled. It's not a bad way to spend a winter's morning, I tell you. Oh, they're solid fish. And they go. I must admit, they're probably not going as hard in this 11.5 degree water as they would if it was a little bit warmer. But they're still performing well. Ooh, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Spinning the boat. That's the fish pulling the bow around. This gear is so much fun to use, light but powerful. Looks so good down there in that green water. I don't think it's quite as big as the first one. It's pretty similar size. Alright, see if I can do a better netting job on this one. Yeah, I did. Look at that. Beautiful. Another cracker. I'll keep that one, I'll keep two. That'll do me, that'll feed us. So I'll get this one in the live well. Gee, the hooks in these Arc Genesis jigs are really good. They're strong, they're sharp, and they find their mark. I think I'm going to catch a lot of fish on these jigs over the coming seasons. All right. Comes out neatly though. Actually, because it did come out so easily, I'm going to put this one back, because I might end up hooking one deep, and I'll keep that. So off you go. Off like a shot. Let's do that again. I can still see an occasional disturbance on the surface up ahead, so I don't think the school's gone too far. They're somewhere straight out in front of that 4 knot sign, I reckon. Let it get down a bit. Okay, it's hit the bottom. Yep, got him. That one was a bit deeper. Going fast again though. Oh, he's going to jump. How good are these things? I love them. I love the action of that rod too. I'll list the details of my gear down below for those who are interested. Nice jump. I don't know if you saw it. They don't give up easily. Oh, he's giving me some, this one. Oh, he's under the motor. Ooh. Wow. He's not even as big as the first two, but he's really gone hard, this one. And I can't see the jig head, so he might have swallowed it a bit. This might be my second keeper. Oh, he just spat out a bait fish. Yeah, he's got it deep, so this is my second keeper, if I get it. Here we go, in the net. Smallest one of the three. And my squidgy prawn has gone missing in action. Actually just a corner of the jaw hook up again, but I will keep this one. Being that little bit smaller, I reckon they're actually a bit better to eat. They're good fish, aren't they? The old Australian salmon. Our Kiwi friends call them kahawai, which means strong in the water. And it's a very apt description of a fish that I don't think we give enough praise to. They are just one of our most magnificent southern sport fish. They're our equivalent of the American striped bass or the European sea bass. And we need to give them a lot more respect than we do and look after their stocks, because they are just one of the best recreational species out there. Consistent, you can catch them in the middle of winter like I am at the moment, and you can catch them all year through a lot of their range. He's a little bit more deeply hooked, this one, so he is a good one to keep. All right, I'll get him in there, put another tail on, and maybe catch one or two more, although I should go in on those snags before they get bathed in sunlight. Oh, it's warmed up so much. It's come from a 6 or 7 degree start this morning to probably pushing 16, 17 now, and it might even crack 20 if I'm really, really lucky. What a lovely day, and what a lovely part of the world. Anyway, I'll get this guy in the live well, go and see if I can catch another one. And until next time, this is Starlo wishing you tight lines. If you enjoyed this one, please give me a like and subscribe, and check out these other 2 Southern Estuary finesse fishing episodes. Cheers for now.